What's up, everybody? Jeff Beggins back with you today. And interesting thoughts for a second. I wanted to chat about one of the projects that we're at. Taylor and I are doing the updates for the owners and kind of some updates for the channel today. And we're at Capri Townhomes. So this is an interesting project. And I was talking with, we got a bunch of other projects coming up right now. And a lot of them are controversial. Some are, some aren't. One is, and to the point where there's a handful of people that just don't like growth, whatever it is, for whatever reasons, but it's okay. Everyone's up to their own opinions. But I started thinking about this. People are saying, how do you get through it, right? What happens with the negativity that comes through for people that don't really want to see change? And then it's like, you got to start to say, how do you process that? What do you do with it? Does it matter? And does it affect you? And does it have any of that stuff? So you sit back and you're like, all right, does it? And then like, yeah, kind of it does. Sometimes you get a little aggravated about it, but then you really don't, because it doesn't really matter. But then I was saying, you know what's more powerful than that is the vision, right? So what's fun for me and for our developers and Bill and Leonard, the whole guys and Marcus about this project, for example, what's fun about this is the vision, right? So this started with an old piece of property right here. And the vision is, all right, this is one of the nicest beaches in the world, right? Ranked by TripAdvisor. People absolutely love coming here on vacation. People's travel is changing. The way people are vacationing changes, and people are not really liking a lot of these older style condos. They don't really want to stay in hotel rooms as much all the time. Some do, some don't. Let's give them some alternatives. So then you look at the dirt, you said, okay, what else can we do? Look, we're a block from the beach. You're right here, there's a beach access here, there's plenty of shops and bars, you're right near John's Pass. What could we fit, right? So that's when the visioning starts. And you say, okay, well, how can you maximize this? What can you do? How many floors can you go? You get garage underneath, 1, 2, 3 levels. Can't really fit a rooftop, but could you get a rooftop access to people like rooftops? So you go through the process of design and saying, what can we build that's not here, right? What can we do that people are gonna enjoy? Like, do we have room for a pool? Yeah, we have to have room for a pool, right? What kind of views? Man, the views are phenomenal. If people see the beaches from their units, how cool would that? If you're coming here from vacation from Ohio and you want to saved up, you want to have a nice experience, you want to see sunset, right? You want to be able to have a good time. So let's provide that. You don't want to be crammed into a room. Let's make sure it's a nice kitchen. Make sure you can put grandma with you, bring the nanny with you, bring another family with you. How cool would that experience be, right? So it starts with the vision, and you start to say, okay, now what kind of look can we do? You don't want to do the overlooked everything. You want something to stand out, something to be a little bit nicer. Do you want to have a classy look? Do you want to have a contemporary look? Do you want to just go traditional beachy, right? All these things come into just on a blank piece of paper before you even start. Then you take the vision to your architects. This one's Bosiak, who's we worked with for years and years and years. And then you did different renderings. Say, what if it looked like this? Ooh, this is an interesting look from another project I saw once before. What if we blended some of that inspiration from this? And then you have a beachy look and you have a different look, you have this, and then how does this all play together? How do we want to do garages? Do you want parking underneath as a structure? Do you want to give garage? How do you do this? This is a condo, not a townhome, but what if we made a townhome style condo, right? And you go through all of these scenarios and these what ifs and saying, well, what about, could we do a rooftop partial? And then how cool would that be? You know, it'd be awesome. What if you do, people love outdoor showers. We do an outdoor shower. What if you could do the hot tubs? What if you can do all of this? What if you could put a TV out there? What if you can have a little wet bar? What if you have an ice maker out? What if you could have just like the ultimate vacation home, right? So you're sketching, all right, how big is that? Well, how much is that gonna cost to build? Well, it depends on how we're gonna build it, right? So, well, what if we did it this way? What would it cost? If we did it this way, what would it cost? Is it better to build it this way or this way? And this is a little more expensive, but would people appreciate it more? Would they pay more for it? Would they cover the cost? All of this stuff goes in, right? And then you're like, okay, let's figure it out. So then you design it. And then you go inside and say, well, how do we want it to be laid out? Then you go back and forth with the architects and you're saying, all right, this room could be a little bit bigger. That room doesn't need to be that big. Let's make that one, put a little bit more room here, a little more room here. We really need an elevator. How do we fit that in, right? And you go through the whole process. Then you say, okay, well, how will that actually look? We can see it, but a lot of other people can't. So then you get some renderers done and you get some pictures, a little dusty because we're in a construction site, but you get the whole point. And when you go to the website, capritownhomes.com, you can see kind of the encompassing thing of all of this, right? So it's interesting. And then the fun part is this takes years, right? It really does. From the time, hey, there's a piece of property around, should we get it? Till you actually even can come up to what does the light fixture on the ceiling look like? It's a ridiculous amount of work And a ridiculous amount of bashing that goes along with the process, just heartache, headache, aggravations, frustration, pissed offness, right? But that's even before you even start. Then you get out there and you're like, all right, what's the whole process? What's the whole point? And then I was thinking the other day, when talking with somebody, said, you know what really, really makes it happen for me is thinking about the impacts, right, that happen as a result of doing a project like this, right? What do I mean? You know how many people are involved from the moment the thought comes in to the moment people close and move into their unit? And then it continues on to the vacation rental people and the cleaners and all the other stuff that happens. But the number of people that are involved and get paid along this process is awesome. And then when you stop on the side of the road and you see a road full of trucks and you see a project full of people, everybody doing well, having fun, doing things, sharing the vision, making things happen, it's really cool, right? So that's just an inside behind the scenes peek as to what's the driving force behind a lot of these projects. And it's awesome. Like we're about to ready to start almost a couple $100 million Marriott project, right? And that one is getting people talking for sure, right? I'm super fired up, super pissed off, everything in between. But the multiple thousands of people's lives that are going to be involved in this one project is awesome. And then we'll do it because we'll document the whole thing. When we sit on the side of the road during certain stages of construction, and we'll see hundreds of people scurrying around like ants all around these, hundreds of people, several hundred people on site working. It's unbelievable. Then you think about the little things like this was an old piece of, well, not ideal property before, which really brings in nothing to the city. Nothing, right? You start doing this and you say, okay, here's a city. Cities is a business, right? City needs money to operate. They're either gonna charge everybody taxes or they're raise the taxes. Hopefully they get some parking revenue. Hopefully they get some business licenses, whatever they can do to bring in money. But now you take something bringing in them nothing, this piece of dirt, and you start putting these 7 units in, they're $1.5 million a piece, right? That's a big difference. So there's a permit fee, right? They get a couple $100,000 for impact fees and permit fees. Now this is, right, big money coming in on the tax rolls that they never saw before. But what do you do with that money? Well, the city needs a new garbage truck. Where does that money come from? Right, the city wants to do some increased landscaping on the way into town. Great, where does that come? We need a new bridge. We need to do that, right? That's where all this stuff comes from. So you got to look at the holistic picture on all of these. And then you have 5-bedroom townhomes that you're going to have 2 or 3 families in each one of these when they come here on vacation that are going to go to the local coffee shops, going to go to the local pizza places, going to rent the beach chairs. They're going to go buy some shirts. They're going to go buy some real estate. They're going to just invest themselves in the area. They're going to post about it on Instagram, on TikTok. And the far-reaching ripples are huge for people that now have an experience, and they're gonna post them sitting in a hot tub on their rooftop looking at sunset from their brand new 4-story townhome that they rented when they were in a beautiful town called Treasure Island, and it's hashtagged on TikTok and Instagram, and somebody says, that's cool as hell, where were you? Oh, we were staying at a place called Capri, here's the link. Then they come down from New Jersey, and then they do the same thing, and their buddies come over from Arizona, and on and on and on and on and on, and then you start to see what actually happens. So, little digression from a normal project update, but I think it's important to actually start with this vision and saying, okay, that's it. That's it, that's the vision. That's the way we want this thing to look. Now let's go look at what happens. Several months later, here we are in June 2024, and you can see it all coming together. So we'll do a quick little walkthrough here. We'll stop and say hi to Chris, who's a super for a second here.
Hello, man.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Man, it's looking good.
It's coming along.
It's looking good, looking good.
Coming along.
How you feeling?
Busy. It's just nonstop.
You got some action going on here.
That's how we roll, man.
I know.
I tell my guys, I need you here. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
It's going. So I got trim carpenters installing doors today. They're going to finish the soffits and fascias today, stucco. I'm going to get that band that goes around, looks like a number 7.
Yep.
They're getting ready to do that.
We were just looking at the rendering on the side about the vision, how it comes to life. It's so cool to watch it all come together.
It really is. They got texture and paint going on in these guys. I'm gonna have cabinets in here probably starting next week.
Nice.
Once I get my electricians, cabinets, everybody rolling, I'll be in the finished stretch.
They're in trouble. You're sitting here with coffee all jacked up, looking around, ready to go.
I know. They already started me this morning. The guy's like, your pedestals aren't tall enough. I was like, the hell they're not. I measured them myself. He's like, no, they're not. So I measured them. I'm like, dude, you know how to use a tape measure, man.
Then you got the pool cranking.
Yeah, pool crank. I mean, I love these guys. They're good guys. It's Hollywood Pools. Yeah, they're moving right along.
That's awesome.
They got equipment's going in there probably Wednesday. They're gonna dig the hole and
really
set the equipment.
Beautiful.
Then I'll be ready for tiling and coping. Hopefully, all this fence is coming down today or tomorrow. Then we'll have adequate parking. Then we're gonna start grading everything out, getting everything.
Paver it down.
Yep.
Love it.
So,
love it. Love it. Love it.
Probably about 6 weeks out. We'll be able to start be able to walk into a nice air-conditioned space.
Yeah, because I'm ready to get some people on the weekends and getting them rolling. I think we're gonna probably do that even this Sunday.
Okay. Start this way, then.
So,
Like
hold this one open.
Yep.
That's what we'll do.
And what I'll do is I'll give you one of my construction keys.
Got it. Okay.
And then that way you can just roll in, because once the fence comes down, we're gonna keep all the garages locked,
okay.
and then you can go in the front entries.
That works. Cool. We're gonna go do a walkthrough. And is that one a good one?
Yeah.
Good walkthrough.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you in a few. All right. Let's go through number 7.
No, it's tough to wait. Tucked away back there, I think.
Yeah.
It's in one of those tucked behind.
I'm not going to go through all the details on this project, but we'll do it while we're talking. This is truly one of my favorite designs of any project because of the versatility of it. This is, first of all, you're at the beach, right? And which is, you win just by having a place at the beach. Now you have a place at the beach that actually creates massive income. These are projected to do about 200 grand a year in revenue to come in on this project from a rental perspective. But you don't have to rent them. This is a unique piece because it's in a specific zoning class where you could homestead rent it. You can make this your homestead, your primary residence, and you can live here year round, and which is really nice. We got about 11-foot ceilings in here, which is just really, really nice. You'll see as we start going up, we got the beach literally on the other side. This is a nice hotel called Crystal Palms right across the street. And then on the other side of that is Gulf Boulevard and then the beach of Treasure Island. And then shortly, as Chris was just saying, we're gonna take this fence down and then all the pavers will start coming in, landscaping will start going, and you're gonna see it. So stages that we're in here, no cabinetry yet, no base, no trim. You got the drywall and you got the texture, so that'll start being ready to getting its finished look over the next month and a half, 2 months. So we got a bedroom, bath down here, elevator, not installed yet. We'll shoot you up all the way to the roof. The second floor, that was the second floor. Third floor, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths here. Think vacation rental. And then on the top floor, we're just gonna go to the best spot. One more big flex room, which could be a master or a game room, whatever you wanted to do as far as your personal use or rental aspirations. Dun, dun, dun. Drum roll, please. Ooh, I love thunderstorms rolling in off the Gulf. Tell me that's not awesome. So you come down here from vacation, you've got a 5-bedroom house, private kitchen. We're standing on the rooftop where your hot tub's gonna be, your outdoor shower can be, your wet bar can be, little TV can be, speakers, stereo systems. This is the spot. I'm looking at John's Pass, which brings about 4 million visitors a year, right down that way. You've got a Gulf of Mexico right there, beach access right here, pool right downstairs. It's perfect. So this is Capri. We've got a few more of these to sell, and then we'll be getting people in the end of the summer. So that is the update of Capri and a little bit of a glimpse into what happens in the mindset in order to even think about them and then take the leap to make sure that they come to life. So check it out, CapriTownhomes.com. Thanks for watching. Check out our other projects right below this one.